Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
When I meet a woman, I am flowers, I am candy.
Don't let him do it to you, girl. He got a plan.
Paramount Pictures presents Eddie Murphy, Robin Gibbons, Halle Berry, David Allen Grier, Martin Lawrence, Grace Jones,
What's the matter with you?
Jeffrey Holder, Chris Rock, and Eartha Kitt in the summer's most far-flung romantic comedy.
This is my Mac Daddy vibe I'm giving you.
Boomerang, rated R. Starts Wednesday, July 1st.
You know how I could tell it was going to be better than the movies that Eddie Murphy does now? Is when it started off and they were naming all the people in the movie, they didn't go, Eddie Murphy and Eddie Murphy, starring Eddie Murphy.
Also featuring Eddie Murphy as...
They didn't do that, so that's why I thought it was going to be better. I think I might have been wrong.
I started downloading, you gave me this idea, which is genius. Instead of downloading the movie trailers, which are like 3 minutes long, and then editing them down to like a minute long, you said, just search the TV spots.
Right.
And then they're always 30 seconds. I'm like, oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing. But they're all recorded from a VHS tape, and so the sound quality is abysmal.
That's okay. This is from 1992. It's fine.
Movie Life Crisis, Season 2, Episode 15, Boomerang, Eddie Murphy, comedy, which is a really big movie. Also, by the way, we kind of breezed right past Episode 15, I think, takes us into the second half of the year.
Wow.
I think we're halfway done, which is pretty awesome.
Over the top of over the peak on the way down. Nice.
Over the hump.
Nice.
Happy hump day. Do people ever say to you, I think I got a case of the Mondays? Movie Life Crisis, I'm Jeff. You're JT. No, wait, that's the other way around.
Scratch that, reverse it.
I'm JT. You're Jeff. We're here talking about Boomerang, the first Eddie Murphy movie that we've done.
Not the last, hopefully. There's some other ones I want to do.
Definitely not the last. We're on the tail end of really fun Eddie Murphy movies because, like, the early 80s is the ones that we really would like to do, like Beverly Hills Cop and 48 Hours and Trading Places and Coming to America.
Right.
We'll have to catch that on the Patreon tour as we're moving backwards in time.
Right. Yeah, this is definitely right before he starts going Norbit and Nutty Professor on it.
Yep. Sean said on Discord this is maybe the last Eddie Murphy blockbuster movie where he's starring. And he might be right about that. I think Nutty Professor is still counts, but he starts moving into the kids' movies. And then he has like monster movies where he's doing voice work like Mulan and Shrek.
Right, Shrek.
But as far as like Eddie Murphy R-rated comedies, we kind of are at the tail end of really good ones.
I don't know if I ever told you this. When CVS had sent me to Woonsocket, Rhode Island, which is where their headquarters is, we flew into Boston because it's closer. And Rhode Island is, small. The whole state's carpeted. But we go to this restaurant. It's a super nice restaurant. It's me, my friend Stacy, and my friend Christy, and we're standing there waiting and to be seated. And David Spade walks in with Chris Rock. It's really cool. I'm like, hey, Spade, Rock, awesome. And they're like, hey, what's up, guys? And they go sit down. I am not the person that goes up and like asks somebody for an autograph or anything like that. I'm just not that person. So Christy's like, oh my God, I want to go talk to him. I was like, why don't you wait till they're done eating? We'll be done eating around the same time. We'll walk out right before them. You can catch up on the way out and see like what's up. So maybe they'll take a picture. She takes a picture with Chris Rock and David Spade. They're walking off one way. She calls her daughter right away and says, oh my God, I just took a picture with Donkey from Shrek. I was like, what? I was like, no, you didn't. That was Chris Rock. She's like, yeah, from Shrek. I was like, what?
Not from
Shrek.
Not the same guy.
Not the same person.
Different black comedian.
Yeah, different person.
The cool thing is Chris Rock probably would not be insulted if you thought he was Eddie Murphy.
Correct, yeah. I think he would.
Because he grew up idolizing Eddie Murphy, and Eddie Murphy like, mentored him, and so I feel sure he would think that was awesome.
Right, no, I agree. He was in this movie, so it's perfect.
He was. Dude, speaking of Rhode Island is the only state that's completely carpeted. Do you know what that's from?
That was from a book that you gave me, not Kids in the Hall. What was it? Something like that, right?
The State on MTV. State by State with the State. The sketch show The State on MTV, that they wrote a book, like a fake satire travel.
I remember that because even when it's the thing where where it's two lanes, but then it splits and they have that rounded off triangle and it says pregnant woman in roadway, I say that every time.
The one that I still use is for really great jazz music and Utah, turn south and drive until you hit a state that's not full of white people.
What are the odds that we would be quoting that book still?
I don't know if you can even still find that book. I don't even know if it's on the internet.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome.
That's ridiculous.
Name that tune.
Oh, man.
I think to make it extra challenging this week, you should name the tune without me even playing it.
Oh, okay. Into the Road by Boyz II Men.
Obviously, it's End of the Road by Boyz II Men. It's the number one song of the year. It comes out on this movie's soundtrack. It makes this soundtrack a huge album. They don't get any easier than that, although I did take it up a notch by making you not even hear it.
I can name that song in 0 notes. Dude, I was upset that it didn't play more. I didn't remember it, like when it played in the movie, but when I watched it this time, I was like, man, it was not even...
It wasn't a big part of the movie. They just like played a little bit in the background. The PM Dawn song, Die Without You, got a big placement in this movie, like lyrics and stuff, like over the comedic ending of the movie.
Yeah.
End of the Road didn't get a big part in this movie. It must just...
Yeah, it was at the beginning, like the chick with Hammer Time in her shoes. That like it was during that date, and that was a short part of the movie. Maybe they didn't know it was going to be huge.
Clearly. Truthfully, you did kind of miss that one because...
It was El Final del Camino, the Spanish version.
It's El Final del Camino, yeah. Dude, Into the Road, all right. I pulled up some information on the song since we don't yet have the means to start our podcast, Music Life Crisis. Number 1 on the year, Billboard Hot 100. Number 6 for the decade of the 90s. Number 55 on the Billboard Top 100 Songs of All Time.
Man.
13 weeks at number 1. It got beat out the following year by Whitney Houston from the Bodyguard soundtrack, I Will Always Love You.
Right.
And then Boyz II Men comes back in 94 with I'll Make Love to You and beats out Whitney Houston. And then in 96, they beat their own record with One Sweet Day.
Right.
The YouTube video for End of the Road has 233 million views.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Oh, man.
End of the Road, just the song, won 2 Grammys.
It won the most performed song from a film. What the hell does that mean?
I have no idea.
Most performed song from a film?
Does that mean like it got played the most on the radio?
Seems like they would use a different word than performed.
It does seem like that.
I don't know.
And it's in the key of E flat, if anybody was curious.
Ooh, E flat. Some of my favorites are in E flat.
6/8 tempo.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to nod my head and pretend I know what that means.
Written and produced by Babyface, L.A. Reid, and Daryl Simmons.
Dude, I watched, and you should watch too, the brand new documentary on Clive Davis, where he talks about Babyface and L.A. Reid were kind of struggling, so he started L.A. Face Records with them. The amount of people, if you count stuff like, okay, yeah, he helped start L.A. Face Records and stuff like that. So while, Clive Davis didn't specifically sign Tony Braxton, he's the reason we all know Tony Braxton because he helped start all that. So if you count all of those under the umbrella of Clive Davis's lifespan, holy crap, it's our entire catalog of the soundtrack of our life. I think that's what the name of the movie is, and that's no joke. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I think like Clive Davis, Quincy Jones, and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis are responsible for a good chunk of the music that I grew up loving.
But see, like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, I like what they do for sure. But man, Clive Davis covers all these different genres and all this different time frame from the 60s all the way through to like now. It's ridiculous.
Well, same with Quincy Jones.
I'm telling you, you should watch the Clive Davis thing. You would really like it.
Cool. Boomerang, give us a synopsis.
Successful executive and womanizer finds his lifestyle choices have turned back on him when a new female boss turns out to be a bigger deviant than he is.
$42 million budget, $131 million worldwide gross. Number 18 movie of the year. It's a big movie. Huge movie.
Yeah. I know we talk about this each time when we talk about the budget, but like the new Thor movie in the first weekend made $142 million.
Yeah.
And this made 131 the whole time. It's weird that it's that big of a difference now.
Yeah, well, Top Gun Maverick made $1 billion and
it's still going.
8 weeks or whatever. Yeah, it's freaking crazy.
Dude, it's like number 3 right now. Still.
Yeah, still going.
It's crazy.
So, the numbers keep getting bigger.
131 million's a lot on a $42 million budget.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering we talked about in Passenger 57, the guy who came up with the story and wanted Sylvester Stallone to do the movie. And then when they gave it to Wesley Snipes, he's like, oh, they made it into a black movie. I don't like it anymore.
Right.
Take my name off of it. Passenger 57 is not a black movie. It's Wesley Snipes and a bunch of white people.
Right.
This is a black movie. It's got only black actors in it.
The crew was all black too.
That is fantastic. Yeah, like the whole freaking, like $131 million for a movie with only black actors is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Eddie Murphy. That's what he used to be able to do in the 80s and 90s.
Not so much anymore, but yeah.
And we'll talk about that more as we get into the best, because I do want to talk about that.
Yeah.
But give me some awards. You found awards?
Yeah. So the MTV Movie Awards, Best Breakthrough Performance, Halle Berry, she was nominated. Best Comedic Performance, Eddie Murphy was nominated. Best Song, End of the Road, was nominated but didn't win.
Bullshit.
Most Desirable Females Back, Halle Berry, nominated but didn't win.
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer won that one.
Yeah. Most Performed Song from a Film. That's the BMI Film and TV Awards.
Okay.
End of the Road.
Whatever that means. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
won some stuff.
Really weird.
I didn't see any sequels or spinoffs. Did you find anything?
Yeah, dude. There is a 2-season TV show called Boomerang, and it's produced by Halle Berry and a couple of other people. And it picks up where this one leaves off. I watched like 2 episodes to see what was what. It wasn't that funny and it wasn't that dramatic, so it was fine.
First time you saw this movie, you have any memories?
I totally do. This is a big and special because I had never seen it because it was rated R, but I can remember vividly at the farm in Holden. At the farm in Holden with at his nanny's house, she made us pork chop nuggets and like those slivers of potatoes she used to do.
Yeah.
It's pretty early in our friendship, so like it's not like we could sit there and be completely silent. We were like talking and like I wasn't really paying attention. And then I had seen like bits and pieces of it on HBO and Skinamax, but this was the first time I like really like focused on it and watched the whole thing. And there's parts of it that I remember. That's the first time I saw it. It was a VHS at Biggins' nanny's house.
Yeah.
Sitting on his waterbed.
Yeah, I can't remember when I saw this because it's really R-rated. It's not like kind of R-rated, like White Men Can't Jump.
Right.
It's super duper R-rated.
Right.
So I know I didn't see it. Like my parents wouldn't have rented this for me. We didn't have HBO. I don't know if I borrowed this from somebody or if I bought it when I was in college, bought it on DVD. Probably that's what happened, is a little $5 bin once I was in college.
I mean, looking at the people that are in it and hearing people talk about it, you would want to buy this from the 550 bin. You think you got a steal. But then after watching it, I feel like maybe the 550 bin's the perfect spot for it.
Yeah. If I walked past this and I saw Eddie Murphy, Halle Berry, Robin Givens, Chris Rock,
Martin Lawrence,
David Allen Greer, Martin Lawrence, Eartha Kitt, I'm like, oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm definitely buying this. 550 seems like a screaming deal.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. I don't think I would watch this a bunch.
Yeah, I don't know I'll ever watch it again. Maybe.
Where did you end up with it for ratings?
Dude, I put it at a 5.
Yeah.
Because like I remember something completely different from this. I remember it being funny and there's boobs, and I was wrong on both accounts. Like I was not correct at what I remembered.
I think it's a movie that does not age well because it's literally just about a bunch of people who all sleep with people that they shouldn't be sleeping with and treat them like garbage.
Right.
And that's something that we're a little bit more sensitive to in 2022 than we were in 1992.
Right.
I had it at a 6. I did have some parts that I thought were really funny, but every major character in this movie kind of sucks as a human. So like, it's not something that I'd want to watch a bunch because it's like, well, that person sucks, and then that person also sucks, and then the third person sucks as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. With the standout of Halle Berry, everybody kind of sucked.
Yeah, agreed. Let's get into the best. What's your first best scene?
First, I mean, this is the thing about the word best. Am I supposed to pick the ones that I like the best or the one that are most memorable? Like, I put some stuff down, but I didn't really have a best scene. They all kind of stood out the same to me, and I didn't really care that much. So what I put first was the very end, when he went to Halle Berry's office with the children, and he tried to win her back, and he was being, forlorn, and trying to make sure that she knew that he was being serious. That's the one I picked. It's hard for me. That's not like a best scene. That's just the one I remember and I liked it the most.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have it written down how to categorize which ones we want it to be the best. It's kind of whatever you want. I think for me, I think about which are the scenes that I would just go pull up and watch just a clip of that on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or like if I was flipping channels and that part was on, I would definitely sit and watch.
I don't know that there's any parts like that in this movie for me.
Yeah, there weren't a lot. There was the three that I got.
Yeah.
The first one is that when Eddie meets the girl in the park, he goes and like there's this like beautiful woman walks by wearing this like pink. She's like walking a dog wearing a freaking pink like mini dress, like hot pink. He goes and buys a leash from some random people, and then he makes up a fake dog that he's looking for while he's holding the leash. Yes,
Kirby,
and then Kirby,
Curbster.
Oh, it's like a member of the family. And then she gives him her number. It's like, I'm not going to be able to sleep until I know whether or not you found Kirby. Please call me and let me know.
Yeah, I put down Kirby.
And then that night he takes her out on a date, and dude, his crazy neighbor Tisha Campbell is freaking yelling. It's more than a scene, but I like that little chunk of the movie.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. So I put down the Kirby part. That was one of my other ones, because that seemed to me like Eddie Murphy. That was the part where he like seemed the most like Eddie Murphy. It looked like he was making it up right there. I like that part. But dude, I don't know.
I mean, I think it tells you about who this character is supposed to be. He sees a beautiful woman walking by. He manufactures a way to meet her. He makes up a lie. He brings her over to his house. And the whole time they're on the date, he's like telling this whole story about his fiance cheated on him with a man and another man and a midget with a donkey and a thing. And he's like, I don't know. I just don't want to be hurt again. And then he sleeps with her. And then he sees that she's got messed up toes. And he's like, I'm out of here. I'll never talk to you again.
Yeah.
He's shitty. He's a terrible human.
He's super shallow.
But that scene tells you exactly who he's supposed to be in this movie. And he's really funny. And Tisha Campbell, his neighbor, is freaking also really funny. And so I like that every time he brings a girl over, she's like across they're on like the roof of a building. I don't know why they have a wood fence between them, like Wilson in Home Improvement. But she's over the fence going like, she's like holding up signs like, girl, run.
Tisha Campbell is so much funnier than she is in this movie.
I know, but she was funny in this movie.
She was.
She is way funnier in other stuff.
Yeah, I put down Kirby also. What's your next one?
My next one is, I think, probably my favorite scene from this whole movie is when Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, and David Alan Grier are all best friends, and they're all on these like rowing machines.
That was my other one.
And they're just talking about why Eddie Murphy hadn't been able to sleep with Robin Givens. And Martin Lawrence is like super super misogynistic. He's like, if you ain't hit it, is something wrong with her or is something wrong with you?
Right.
And David Alan Grier is like super like, he's got like, wears this freaking vest with his shirt buttoned up all the way like Carlton. And he's like, Angela and I are just trying to get to know each other on an emotional level.
Yeah, on a platonic level. Right. Yeah, he was wearing the USA basketball jersey.
He's wearing the USA basketball jersey. It's hard because so much of what they're... Anytime the three of them are talking, one of them is always saying something offensive by 2022 standards.
Yeah.
But I love those three guys, and their interactions were really good. But one of them is always saying something that I'm like, well, can't say that. That's f***ed up.
Right.
Can't talk
dude,
like that.
So the part that I was watching when Kat walked through the room was that scene, which, dude, that is a scene that that's one of those ones where if you look up clips of Boomerang on YouTube, it's going to be that scene. But then like... You hear Martin Lawrence, and he's like doing the rowing machine, and he's shaking his head all around like a freaking Muppet. And he's like, something's wrong with the Twizzot. And I was like, what did he just say? Oh, my God.
Dude, he's making fun of David Alan Grier for his girl leaving him, and David Alan Grier starts rowing real fast.
he's like, his heart's going to explode, man. Calm down. Look, I'm with you. That part is super funny in 1992. I don't know, dude. I put it down. But like you said, like there's so much stuff in there that I don't know that I just wouldn't laugh at nowadays. I don't know. I'm trying to put myself in 1992 Jeff's shoes to see what I would chuckle at. I was having trouble chuckling.
I mean, honestly, the whole thing is just so problematic from 2022. All the shit that everyone is saying and doing is terrible.
Right.
But I like all the people, and I think they're doing a good job. And at the moment, obviously, this movie was the number 18 movie of the year, and I remember thinking it was hysterical.
Right.
So, like, just things have changed, which is good.
Yeah.
that's the point of doing the podcast, is to go like, City Slicker, still hilarious. Boomerang, can't watch that anymore.
Yeah, I did.
Like Trading Places is the same way, dude. Trading Places is an amazing movie. Can't watch that anymore. The whole thing is racist as
Yeah, it totally is.
So, I mean, like, that's kind of the point of the podcast. It's just when you're like, I don't know, how do you rank a movie where it's like, this was awesome, and now I can't show it to anyone?
Right. Yeah, Song of the South. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, that's how I feel about it too, because I can remember it being funny, and I can remember it liking it. And there was parts where I I didn't laugh out loud audibly. I didn't chuckle, but I did exhale out of my nose really hard because I thought it was funny. And that's what I gave it. That's why it's at a 5 for me, though.
And I think I gave it a 6. I don't know how to rate it. I mean, it's a bunch of people doing a bunch of stuff and doing it well, but everyone in the movie is horrible humans, and they're treating each other terribly.
Yeah.
So I got to knock it down for that.
Yeah, good call.
But I mean, I like that. Like, I was trying to think about it. Like, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. The whole thing is all black people, which is amazing.
Right.
Like, Eddie Murphy's a big enough star that he can do that.
Right.
I mean, I'm just thinking back, like, because you and I talk about this all the time. It's like we grew up like middle class white kids in the deep, extra deep South,
right,
going to Catholic school, knowing no black people. How did we end up less racist than everyone that we hang out with? And I think stuff like this is part of the reason why. Like, I liked Eddie Murphy, and I liked R&B music, and I liked MJ, and I also liked the other MJ. It's important to see stuff like from other people that you didn't get to hang out with, so that you understand, so you're able to empathize with those
perspective
people.
Yeah, that's literally. I try to teach that all throughout my class, because these kids are the people that aren't the kids in the Deep South that have gained empathy and perspective. So they don't. I mean, they would think this movie's hilarious, but only because they're crass and they're 17. But I don't know how we.
But I'm saying, dude, I remember. It all worked together, because of some of the movies that I liked, like Beverly Hills Cop. Oh, well, then I like In Living Color. I'm going to watch In Living Color. And then from In Living Color, I'm going to watch Damon Wayans movies. And I'm going to and then it's like, oh, I'm going to watch Martin on BET. Like that, all that are ways for a small town white kid to understand what life is like for big city black people in a time when I didn't really know that many people that I could talk to about stuff like that.
It's hard to gain perspective. It's hard. I'm trying to teach. You'll realize this too with your kid, but I'm trying to help my 2 kids gain perspective, because they have no idea what it's really like. It's like they have whatever they want, and that's not how it's always going to be unless they work super hard. So I don't know.
I think I gave it a little bump for that, because a movie like this really made me think, man, this is why representation is so important. This is why it's important to have Miles Morales be a Spider-Man who's not a white kid.
Right.
And the freaking whatever Little Mermaid reboot where the mermaid is not going to be white. Since it's a made up creature anyway, why can't it be it matters for people to see other people represented in their media.
Does.
Because
have you seen
that's how you learn about stuff that you don't see directly.
Yeah. The new Miss Marvel. Of course, white people are super angry, but man, the amount of people that are of Pakistani descent and Indian descent, man, they're just like, this is amazing. I never get to see this. It's great.
And dude, if I didn't get to see movies like this and see In Living Color and see Chris Rock and Damon Wayans stand up and see Martin on BET, I wouldn't. If I did meet a black person in Hammond in the mid 90s, I wouldn't understand what the hell they were talking about. But because I did consume this media, I did understand kind of what that world looked like, and I was able to connect with those people, which is a really important thing to do.
Yeah.
I was tracking all the old slang from this movie. Eddie Murphy's telling Tisha Campbell, he's like, look, we went out one time. It was whack. Why don't you just get over it? Yeah. I was like, that's awesome. He just said whack, with emphasis. And then he was telling Robin Givens on the rooftop, he had his tuxedo. He was like, I'm putting my Mac Daddy rhyme on you. This is the Mac Daddy right here.
Yeah.
I'm he just said Mac Daddy several times, right out loud. It wasn't a weird thing to say.
No, that, I guess back then it wasn't.
The freaking early 90s slang was hitting hard in this movie, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it totally was. Also, I'm glad you said MJ, because that was the third one that I wrote down, was the date that Robin Givens and Eddie Murphy had.
Eddie Murphy.
Where he took the time to cook something and it was perfect. And then she was just staring off into the middle distance, and he was like, what's the deal? What are you thinking about? And she's like, the Knicks are coming on. And then it was Knicks versus the Bulls, so MJ was playing, which they showed a couple of different games. That wasn't the same game. I mean, they made it look like the same game.
The one scene that they showed it's the famous one where Jordan spins baseline on John Starks and then dunks on Ewing.
Yeah.
Which is like an iconic top 20 Jordan play. And Eddie Murphy's going like, I put rosemary on the salmon, that's why. And she's like, did you see that shot that Jordan just made?
Yeah. They showed 2 other shots too, but it was from a different game, not the one that one was from, which was weird. But that I like that part too, because that flips the whole thing and shows that Eddie Murphy's no longer in charge.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think you'd review this differently in 1992 because you go like, oh, that's cool. They took the whole, like, he's sleeping with all the girls, he's a player, and they flipped it, which is a really interesting thing to do in 1992. But now it's like, yeah, girls can like basketball. That's not blowing anyone's mind.
Right.
But yeah, Eddie Murphy's getting very cranky that she's into basketball and he's like trying to talk about his salmon. My third scene was Thanksgiving, almost entirely due to the presence of John Witherspoon.
Oh man, that guy killed it.
Yeah, he just only comes in and does hilarious stuff in any movie he's in. And every time I see him, I just think, every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, in the goddamn refrigerator, eating up all the food.
And didn't I tell you to take out the trash? I fell asleep. Boy, I wish you was asleep right now. I'll bust you upside the head with a left hook. Did you hear that Eddie Murphy was the one that wanted him on this? And they had already wrapped on shooting. So he says, no, we need John Witherspoon. So we're going to film a Thanksgiving scene and we'll do it that way. They filmed it afterwards and they filmed it in DC because Eddie Murphy was filming The Distinguished Gentleman. And on the day of shooting, John Witherspoon shows up in that mushroom shirt and suit and socks and belt. And that was like, he wore his own costume. And all of his lines, except for like major ones that move the plot line forward, every single one was made up by him right then.
That's amazing. And it also not surprising at all, dude, because the whole scene was about, like, you got to coordinate. Like, look at it. Look at it. He's like pointing at his shirt. It's all mushrooms. Like, yeah. He's like, look at it. Look at the belt. And Eddie Murphy's like, the belt mushroom too. And he's like, look at the jacket. Opens the jacket. The lining is also the matching mushroom.
And when he puts it on after coming out of the bathroom, he puts it on inside out like Fresh Prince, and he's got the mushrooms on the outside. It's fantastic. Dude, when you said coordinate, it reminded me. There were 2 lines in this movie that are used in rap songs further down the line that I listened to that I never knew where they came from. I guess I should have, but I didn't.
Nice.
So coordinate, there's a song, Stand Up by Ludacris, produced by Kanye, and he says our owner's already pissed because we're sort of late, but our time and our clothes gotta coordinate, and he like drags it out just like John Witherspoon does. It's fantastic.
Does the exact delivery.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, he throws that in there. Yeah, John Witherspoon, he freaking killed it, and he ad-libbed all of that.
I'm always delighted when he's in a movie, and I never don't enjoy all of it.
Yeah, so let me ask you this. So Kat asked me to do something, and I just do it. And sometimes there are other people around there go, whoosh.
Yeah.
Like, they'll just make the whipping sound, but we all know what that whipping sound comes from. It comes from a term that John Witherspoon uses in the movie.
Yeah.
Was that used before that movie? Is that the first time?
I don't know. I'm not sure what the origin of whipped is.
Yeah.
It's weird because like those aren't bad words, but I feel dirty saying them.
Yeah,
like you can say that on daytime TV. It's not. They're not.
I don't think you can. I think it's intent.
I may have to go back and bleep that out.
I mean, you could say like Pussycat and Pussy Willow, but you can't you can't say like.
You can. What's the Patton Oswalt? I could shoot my goo all over you. I can say that. It's totally fine. I can say it in the middle of the day.
You're going to look like a rat in a rainstorm. Oh, man. I just didn't know if that was the first time that somebody said that. I was trying to think back to see if I remember people saying that before that.
I don't know. I'm not sure what the origin of that is.
I'll let you know. I'll have the report on your desk by tomorrow.
All right. Quotes.
All right. So there's a part where Yvonne Wilson is on the other side of the fence up and
Tisha Campbell.
Yeah, Tisha Campbell. And Eddie Murphy's out on the back of his steps or whatever, and he's like looking, and she's like, she dumped you, huh? I guess I should feel happy. And then she's like, but I don't. And he looks over at her and says, thank you or whatever. And then she like starts to like smile and change her face. And she's like, you want to come over for a cup of coffee? And he's like, not even if Jesus was pouring it. And I don't know why. I just wasn't expecting him to say that, and I didn't remember it. And I thought that part was funny because he just came right out and he's like, not even if Jesus was born in.
Dude, this movie's got more quotes than you. I had a hard time boiling it down to 3, even though the whole thing's really problematic. There were some really funny lines. That's a great one.
I tried to pick the non-problematic ones for my quotes. That way I don't have to say the word twizzot too many more times today.
Yeah. I think we've reached our quota for ever on that.
What's your first quote?
The first one I have is Chris Rock is working in the mailroom in this movie, and he kind of had a lot of lines, given that he's not like he's not on Saturday Night Live yet. He's still got like messed up teeth. But Eddie Murphy discovered him as a stand-up, or saw him doing stand-up when he was really young, and he mentored Chris Rock, and he put him in a couple movies. And Beverly Hills 2 is going to be his kind of first big movie role.
Yeah.
But he's in this, in the mailroom, and dude, all the stuff he was saying was cracking me up. Because I think the reason is because he already has the absolute perfect Chris Rock delivery that I just have known my whole life. So he just goes like, Marcus, been working here about 9 days, been on time most of the time, even when it rains. Don't you think it's time we talk promotion?
Yeah, that's the one I put down too. Oh man, when he says
the whole,
I've been on time even when it rains.
I went back and watched it like 3 times because the delivery was killing me.
So Boney T had the other line when he's talking after Robin Givens breaks up with him, and he says some stuff, and Eddie Murphy's walking off, and you hear Chris Rock go, "First the fat boys break up, man, ain't got nothing to believe in anymore." They're Heart of the City by Jay-Z. That's like one of the first lines of one of the verses. He says, "First the fat boys break up.
Yep.
Now every day I wake up and somebody got a problem with Hove or something like that."
Also produced by Kanye, by the way.
Yeah. That dude, friggin' Chris Rock. He was in the office pool trying to bet on it. He was funny.
I just liked that he was already Chris Rock, even though he's not famous and he has no money and he's still got janky teeth. He's just already Chris Rock saying hilarious stuff with like perfect delivery.
Yeah, dude, that's the other one that I had written down. What's your second one?
The second one is Eddie Murphy's marketing agency gets bought by Lady Eloise, this big cosmetics company, and Lady Eloise is played by Eartha Kitt, who's freaking terrifying and perfect.
Yeah.
And she seduces him and like kind of insinuates that he's going to get promoted because of it. And he's like, whatever, what do I care? He's like turns the lights off. It's pitch dark. He's like, can we make it even a little darker? That's not the quote though. But then the next day he meets Robin Givens at the office, and she's like, no, I'm the head of marketing. And Eartha Kitt as Lady Eloise walks up to him, and Robin Givens is like, Lady Eloise does not hold any power, but she does like to sleep with like, virile young executives. He's like, whoa, hold on a second. Why'd you got to come at me? And she walks up to him and she goes, I'm not wearing any panties, Marcus. Dude, and Robin Givens start to say something to him, and Eddie Murphy just goes like, whoa, hold on. She just is hot. Just because somebody took their drawers off doesn't mean I did anything.
Yeah, those kind of lines right there, that's the Eddie Murphy I like.
Just because somebody take their drawers off don't mean I did anything.
Oh, man. Friggin' Yzma, she was disgusting in this, huh?
Oh, she was terrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a bunch of like throwaway lines like that I could repeat in front of children that wouldn't scare them.
Right.
They were hilarious.
Yeah. Dude, my third one was not one of those throwaway lines. It was when Eddie Murphy, they're trying to set up his character and show that he is, a player and a not good dude. And she's like, yeah, his receptionist or secretary or whatever says, hey, this person called. He goes, okay, get her on the line. And then he gets her on the line, and you can tell he was supposed to call her back or be somewhere. And he was like, hey, don't be mad. I can explain what happened. Have you been watching the news? Oh, you haven't been watching the news? There was a big accident in Midtown. Cabs busted into cabs and other cabs and a bus and then a water main. I was in that. Look, it's on channel. Oh, it just went off. It just went off on channel 4. Like that whole thing, it sounded like he was making up as he went. And those kind of quick talking Eddie Murphy sounds like he's trying to sell you something and you're just going to end up buying it because it's Eddie Murphy. Those are the lines I like by him.
That's like the whole Beverly Hills Cop Eddie Murphy, where he just talks everyone into everything, and it's hilarious. And you can barely even keep up. It's like when Eminem raps, I can barely keep up with all the stuff that he's saying.
Right. Yeah, that's...
Dude, I'm always really impressed in TV and movies when someone delivers a really good performance while talking on a phone, because there's nobody on that phone. It's just a prop.
Right. Speaking of which, Only because you remember how you told me I want you to watch it ahead of time so you don't have to watch it with the subtitles on in complete
Yes.
silence. So nobody was here and I cranked that shit up. Robin Givens picks up her phone and it's like a cordless phone with like that pull out antenna.
Telescoping like metal antenna.
Yeah. And she pressed the button, the talk button or whatever button it is, the on button, and she held it to her head. And when she held it to her head, I could hear it in the mic. It beeped twice. So it's either almost dead or it's too far away from the base. So there was definitely nobody on the phone there. She was not talking to anybody.
Sometimes when the phone conversations are long and there's a lot of back and forth, they will have someone on the other end of the phone to feed the other end of the line,
Right.
so that the like timing and stuff stays right. But if it's just like that Eddie Murphy thing that you just did was just a monologue, like that's
Right.
just him talking into a phone that no one is on.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
crazy.
Yeah, he did a great job.
The last one that I have is also not age appropriate, but they're making fun of David Allen Greer because he has a low sperm count or something.
Yeah, low sperm
And
count.
and I think Martin Lawrence is something like, "Man, you need to have a handicap sign on your balls."
Oh, what a douche.
And it's so stupid, but it was such a good burn. And
there
I
was something he
laughed when
said too.
it.
What did he say too that'll help the sperm count get up? I can't remember.
It was like, I got some looser drawers coming. It's gonna fix all my problems with circulation.
yeah.
And he's like, y'all think just because I got low sperm count means I can't get down? And then didn't do Martin Lawrence is talking to him, and David Allen Greer goes, "At least I have had sex in the 90s."
Yeah. Geez. But there's a problem with the Twizzle. I don't.
Dude, and Martin Lawrence, like anytime they're out somewhere, Martin Lawrence thinks that people are being racist towards him. Dude, I didn't write this down, and I don't even know where the right part of the podcast is to bring this up. But they're shooting pool at one point, and Martin Lawrence has a whole rant about how pool is racist because the white ball knocks the colored balls in, and then the game is over when the white ball knocks the black ball in.
I didn't realize that's what this is from. There's a dude I used to hang out with that said that every time we'd play pool.
I thought I made that up for like a long time. Because when I was living in LA and I was doing improv and I was like doing some like writing, like comedy writing and stuff, I literally thought that I invented that. And I was like, when I saw the movie, I was like, oh shit, I saw this like when I was a kid, clearly forgot that I saw it. And then I was going to rip it off.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, the dude that I hung out with from CVS, he would say that all the time. He's like, "Let me tell you why this is racist." I was like, "Oh man."
Yeah, dude. And they go to eat and the waitress is like, he's like, "Oh, the duck, that sounds good." Martin Lawrence is like, "The duck sounds good. What comes with that?" It's like, "Oh, asparagus spears." He's like, And then she walks away, goes, "Man." And Eddie Murphy's like, "What? That's racist, man." It's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You know, if we was white, it'd be asparagus tips. No spears, man." And they're like, "Dude, you gotta take it easy.
Take it down a notch. Yeah. He was all about that throughout he really got up going though with the pool thing. He was really, really going with the pool thing.
Oh man, he was really good in this movie. His character was awful, but Martin Lawrence was hilarious, and
As
you could
always.
tell. Looking back, I could tell, like, yeah, it makes sense that he's going to be a really funny actor because he's really funny in this movie.
Yeah, he was way good.
All right, that's my last quote.
Yeah, I don't have any other quotes.
All right, characters.
Dude, the first one I put down was John Witherspoon as Mr. Jackson.
Same.
Because he ad-libbed. He brought his own mushroom suit.
Coordinate.
He's
also my first.
Yeah, he did a really great job. His wife in this movie, because he plays David Allen Greer's dad.
Yeah.
His wife in the movie, that lady, I can't think of her name. She is only 2 years older than David Allen Greer, but plays it really well.
Her name is Bebe Drake.
I know about her kids.
That movie comes out this year. If someone wanted to donate $100, they could force us to do it.
I'll watch that one for free. I like that movie.
I'll watch it for free for sure. It's just not on the schedule unless someone donates.
Oh, we don't die. We multiply. Freaking tone look. So you got John Witherspoon. Who's your second?
My second one's Chris Rock.
Nice. I didn't put Chris Rock.
You know, he was just fully formed Chris Rock, delivering hilarious lines. I mean, he's 27. You know, he hadn't really done anything. This is kind of his first movie role, and then Beverly Hills Cop 2 is his like first kind of bigger movie role. Then he gets on Saturday Night Live for a couple of years, but really doesn't happen. But by like 96, 97, 98, he's the biggest comedian in the world.
Yeah, he's still fantastic. His stuff's still funny. Even I think his most recent one's Tambourine Man. It's still good.
His most recent one I really liked because he was just talking about his divorce and like he wasn't even trying to be funny. So like there weren't as many jokes, but I liked that he was being really like he's always been so honest and raw. and he still was that. But it used to be like 90% hilarity and 10% truth, and now the Tambourine Man was like 80% truth and 20% jokes.
Yeah, so I'm starting, which is weird because I'm the son of Jerry, that you would think I would like a setup and a punchline, have a theme and then switch it to another theme, a setup and punchline. And I like those, but man, some of these like when he was telling the stories about his divorce, or the way Chappelle sets up his stories, or like Tom Segura, the way that they just are like telling stories and they're just funny human beings. That's really cool. I strive to be funny like that.
I mean, it's cool to like just fire off one-liners. I can appreciate that, but I really like if someone can say something important and then have it be like George Carlin. Like, hey, I'm going to say a bunch of stuff that's terrifyingly true 30 years later, but also it's going to be hilarious.
He did a lot for shock value, and those aren't my favorite bits of his, but man, he's another one that just gets up there and talks about stuff.
Yeah, who's your next character?
My next one is Eddie Murphy.
Nice.
This isn't my favorite Eddie Murphy movie or Eddie Murphy character, but he is the reason that I kept watching.
Yep.
Like, he's funny enough to keep it going.
He was not one of my favorite characters from this movie because his character in the movie was terrible, but Eddie Murphy is so good.
But he learns a lesson and turns it around at the end, no?
I don't know. We could talk about that when we get to the worst. I captured some of Eddie Murphy's, because this is the first time we've talked about Eddie Murphy.
Right.
Here's a little bit of Eddie Murphy's early career. He joins SNL in 1980. He's 19 years old. He does 48 Hours, Trading Places, and Beverly Hills Cop, all by age 23. Beverly Hills Cop, by the way, is the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time to this day.
I could see that.
So in 1984, by age 23, he's a huge movie star. He's a Grammy-winning comedian. And since then, his films have grossed like almost $7 billion. Like, he's won a Grammy, Golden Globe, and an Emmy.
Needs to go for that Tony.
He needs to get that EGOT.
EGOT.
Yeah, he's a massive star. And it's the crazy thing about Eddie Murphy is you think he's older than he is because he was famous at 19, and he was really famous by 23.
How old is he? He's like, what, 60 now? 60?
Yeah, he's 61.
61, nice.
He should be way older than that, but he isn't, because Beverly Hills Cop, Trading Places, and another 48 Hours, and Saturday Night Live, all those things happened before he could rent a car. He was like an NBA player.
Right.
And then and through the 90s and into the 2000s, he started putting out some awful movies like Pluto Nash, Norbit. But there's some good stuff in there too. He's got Nutty Professor, he's got Shrek, he's got Mulan. Yeah, even the Clumps sequel I liked. There's some good stuff in there.
See, I didn't really like Nutty Professor as much as I liked Pluto Nash. Something about that was weird, and I liked it. Had Rosario Dawson in it. It's got really bad reviews, but so does Nutty Professor.
I haven't seen Pluto Nash in a really long time, but I remember not liking it all that much back in the day. But I did like Nutty Professor.
Well, I Spy is... we talked about this. My dad and I talked about this. Like, because I keep telling him, yeah, you got to watch I Spy. He's like, yeah, I feel like I've seen it. I was like, no, I'm telling you, go back and watch it now. It's still funny. Watch it before you die. And like, we started talking about, he's like, yeah, but there's better Eddie Murphy movies out there. And I guess there is, but man, for my money, if I need to chuckle, oh man, I Spy kills it for me.
We can, maybe we'll do in future seasons when we do another Eddie Murphy movie, maybe we'll do a top 5 Eddie Murphy movie list for each of us, but I will go ahead and spoil I Spy will be on my top 5.
Yeah, it's definitely in the top 5. And it's got horrible reviews also. But those people have never seen it and don't understand.
2 movies that I would like people to watch that are hilarious that I don't think people give enough credit to how funny they are is I Spy and Emperor's New Groove.
Both of those are good, yeah.
I just think both of those are hysterical from front to back. And I think people know about Emperor's New Groove because that is a pretty well-remembered movie. But I Spy, no one ever knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, me either. They don't.
No one has ever heard of that movie. They think I'm like, you mean Spy Kids? Where the kids are and I'm like, no, I Spy.
I Spy.
Like who's in that? And I go, Eddie Murphy and Owen Wilson. They go, Owen Wilson? Are you sure? Yes. Oh, is it Owen Wilson and Jackie Chan? Like, no, Eddie Murphy and Owen Wilson and I Spy.
And Femke Jensen. Yeah, dude, It was way good. And, dude, same thing with the other Wilson kid, Luke. The one where he gets the stenographer. We were Kat and I were just talking about that movie. She's like, I don't remember
Alex
it being
and
that
Emma.
good. Alex and Emma. I don't remember it being that good. And I was like, yeah, it wasn't great, but I remember really liking it.
Yeah.
I need to watch that one again too. I don't know when that one is. We probably won't get to that.
Yeah,
on
and Kate Hudson. It wasn't great, but it was really enjoyable.
Yeah, that's all I need. A couple of chuckles, maybe an exhale out of my nose, and I sit there for 2
I
hours.
always think about like Alex and Emma, and then dude, what's the movie with Russell Crowe where he time travels back? Rich Creamery Butter.
No, that's not Russell Crowe. That's Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Kate and Leopold.
Kate and Leopold. Like, dude, those freaking they're like late 90s. They're really stupid romantic comedies. They have a couple funny parts. Whatever that category of is stupid romantic comedies, I really like.
That, yeah, I made a whole collection of those on Plex. They're called Guilty Pleasures. It's movies from 1990 to 2000, all with less than 50% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Dude, and Hugh Jackman is walking the dog wearing his freaking costume like he's in the Revolutionary War, and the cop's like, "You can clean up after the dog?" I most certainly will not.
You want me to pick up that dog's excrement? Yeah, fantastic. It was good.
I'm not saying like you need to see that before you die. I'm just saying those are the types of movies that if I will put them on and watch them and be very happy.
Yeah, agreed.
My last character is Halle Berry.
Me too.
It's her first major movie role. She had like a couple minor roles on TV. She was in House Party, but it was a pretty small part. She's 25 in this movie. She's really good. Like,
yeah,
for
she
a
was.
early Halle Berry. I mean, obviously she ends up winning an Oscar, but she's very good in this movie.
Dude, I thought her character was, I think that was my favorite character.
She's the only human in this movie other than David Alan Grier who doesn't suck.
Right. That's what I was getting at, because she like just tells everybody to relax and why don't you just try being nice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then she gets hard at the end. She becomes that badass executive towards the end when she gets her heart broken. But then only to soften again, but not as much on the outro as they're leaving. Yeah, I really liked her character.
Yeah, I liked her character. I thought she was really good in the role. I liked that as bad as this movie is, I think it's a pretty iconic if you're out at a bar going, all right, Eddie Murphy in this movie has to choose between 1992 Robin Givens and 1992 Halle Berry. Like, that's one I could see a lot of action on both sides. I think there's a lot of arguments to be made in either case for both of those.
I really liked Robin Givens back in the day when she was on Head of the Class. Yeah. Do you remember that show?
Yes.
With like the super smart kids and the teacher that filled in that was all about history.
Yeah.
Dude, I was all about me some Robin Givens back in the day. And there's a lot of people that were like, oh, she married Mike Tyson. She's a gold digger, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which made her part in this movie perfect, I think. But like, dude, I don't know. I'm a huge Halle Berry fan. She's still wicked hot if you ask me. But Robin Givens, not as much for me. I'm voting Halle Berry on this one.
Halle Berry's got the staying power for sure. But man, 1992 to choose from those two, it's like, Jesus, both of these are so hot I can't look right at them. I was too young to know about the Robin Givens, Mike Tyson stuff. Other than I'm sure I probably like laughed at some jokes I wouldn't laugh at now because I was a kid.
I just remember her getting beat up by him.
That's what I'm saying. Reading back now, because I read up on it a little bit when I was researching for this movie, it's like, I don't want to get punched by Mike Tyson. And she's like 5'1". And Tyson was like joking about it on Oprah, going like, yeah, man, best punch I ever threw. It's like, that shit is terrifying.
Yeah, dude.
Reading the like Mike Tyson, Robin Givens stuff, it's like that happened now, that would go really differently. Because I think the takeaway back then was like, oh yeah, Robin Givens, she's a gold digger. She was trying to, I was like, that's what she gets. Like, that's not the way people would talk about that if that happened now.
Right. Yeah, I totally think that Mike Tyson wouldn't be on any hangover movies anymore if he was beating up people still.
And also, Robin Givens would probably still be working, because I think one of the reasons why her career fizzled out is because she kind of got that. She got a little bit of the like stink of that whole like lawsuit, and like it was a bunch of drama, and because she was a very good actress. I don't know why she didn't keep doing stuff.
She's still doing stuff, but it's all like TV stuff now. So
right, it's a bunch of like kind of like small potatoes compared to where she was in the like early 90s.
Right. Yeah, agreed.
But anyway, I got Halle Berry. She's really good. Her character's the only good one in the whole movie, other than David Alan Grier. And then I put honorable mention for Tisha Campbell, the neighbor. Like, she was on Martin. She was on the Jamie Foxx show. She's like been doing TV nonstop for 25 years. She's hilarious.
She is so funny. And to me, I know that it's a trope now, but it wasn't back then. The whole, hey girl, what's up girl? Like stuff like that. Like that's kind of where this started.
What else you got for this? Extra other good stuff?
Yeah, I got a few other good things. I don't know did you want to talk about writer and director? You want me to hit some of my other good stuff?
Sure. The writer team, Barry Blaustein, David Sheffield, they're SNL writers who wrote as partners on SNL. And they wrote this movie. They wrote Coming to America, Nutty Professor. They wrote the Coming to America sequel.
Nutty Professor 2 also. And all of the police academies after number 1, 2 through 5.
Nice. So they wrote one good police academy movie as well.
Yeah. So real fast, did you see pictures of these guys?
Mm-mm.
I mean, you could probably tell by their name, but they are not what I expected them to look like. They're just 2 old white guys.
Yeah.
That's awesome that they can tap into what they tapped into for all of these movies. Or do you think it was like, here's the screenplay, we're going to let you vamp on this for a little bit?
It is awesome that it's 2 old white guys doing the writing, but I just have to assume that with improvisers the caliber of Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, David Allen Greer, that they go, hey, you guys are on rowing machines. You're talking about Eddie trying to have sex with Robin Givens, and go.
Yeah. Here's some backstory. His balls don't work. Yeah.
And probably that's why Eddie Murphy keeps working with him, because he's like, hey, yeah, you set the story down. Because Eddie Murphy's a story by credit for this movie. So it's probably like, hey, here's what's going to happen. Go build us out a script. And then when we get to shooting, anything that's funny is going to come from us and probably not from the old white guys.
Right.
I mean, they're SNL writers, so I'm sure they're very capable of writing funny stuff. But I don't think an old Jewish white guy wrote something wrong with the Twizzer.
Schwitz. That's awesome. Yeah, I agree. I think that's a ad lib from all those guys. The director, he's done some stuff too.
Yeah, though. Reginald Hudlin. He directed House Party in 1990, Great White Hype in 96. He was the president of BET for a couple of years in the 90s. Which is pretty cool.
You saw he did Ladies Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that guy's House Party was my jam back in the early 90s.
I mean, 1990. We could look at it for a Patreon.
Yeah, we need to, because I used to love that movie.
What else good you got?
We talked about the rap lyrics that they came from. I thought it was cool that both Eartha Kitt and Halle Berry both played Catwoman at one point, because Eartha Kitt was Catwoman in the original Batman.
Oh, wait. So, sorry. You talked about rap lyrics, and one of them was from Ludacris?
Yeah.
There's more evidence from this movie that Ludacris is a big fan of this movie.
What's that?
Did you hear David Allen Greer say, because Eddie Murphy said, like, yeah, I'm very romantic until I sleep with the woman and then I lose interest, but that's not my fault. And then David Allen Greer says, he's like, so you mean all the romance, you just skeeted out of you?
Skeeted. Yeah, I did hear that. I wrote that down as slang. Is that where skeet comes from?
I don't know if that's where it comes from or not, but we know Ludacris is a big fan of the word skeet.
Boy, is he. I can't believe that's a word that we're even allowed to say on here.
Yeah, so Halle Berry and Eartha Kitt are both Catwoman. That's awesome.
Yeah, both of them are Catwoman. There's something else. Oh, here it is. So there's 3 actors in this movie. Jeffrey Holder, who was the guy who played the big bald black guy.
The photographer guy.
Yeah. He was in a James Bond movie, Live and Let Die. Grace Jones, who was Dr. Strange.
Who was Strange.
A View to Kill, she's in a James Bond movie. And Die Another Day, Halle Berry, she's in a James Bond movie. So I thought that was cool that they were all 3 in a James Bond movie. What else did I write down? Oh, this was the most expensive movie with an all-black cast and all-black production crew.
Nice.
For its time. So that was pretty rare. Dude, do you remember the part where Eddie Murphy, Marcus, is standing outside of the car Strange, I think, just left. And he and Robin Givens are talking, and she says it's over, and she turns around and walks off, and the camera turns back to him. And the Empire State Building, the lights went out right after she says that. I was like, damn, how much does it cost to have them turn off all the lights at the freaking Empire State Building? It turns out that they go out at 2 a.m. every single night. So they just had to time that perfect to where the lights go out right there, right as she says that, and it turns to him. Then at the end, when it's all 3 of them on the roof and he's making freaking plantains and he's dropping the whole plantain into the thing to fry it out.
Yeah.
When he's doing that and they're on the roof talking, and then they do the big group hug, and then the lights of the Empire State Building come back on. Because they had been filming all night, they had to actually reverse the film when they were all hugging to make it look like they came back on.
Nice.
So it cuts from that frame to them hugging from further out so you could see the Empire State Building, and it comes back on. I did look it up. It cost about $60,000 to have the lights turned off and on when you want it to. So that I noticed it when it went off behind him. I was like, oh, I get it. That's like his friendships with his friends are messed up. The girlfriend he was dating, that's messed up. Work's messed up. The lights went out. Now everything's fixed. He's back with his boys. He's figured out what he wants. Light comes back on. I like that. That was something small, and that was cool.
Oh, so that's like a metaphor. See, I'm more of a literal guy. So I'm saying, if you touch me again, I will literally rip your shit off.
Okay, pumpkin. I like that movie.
Yeah, I do too. Dude, that's awesome, man. I didn't even notice the lights, the metaphorical lights going off when things start going downhill, and then lights coming back on once he's group hugging his buddies on the roof as Martin Lawrence is making plantains.
This movie is deep, man. Deep.
Okay, let's go to the worst. What do you got for worst?
The worst I have is everybody's banter.
Everybody, everywhere, all the time.
Especially Martin Lawrence saying something's wrong with the Twizzot. Because I just can't. I don't understand why he would say that. But I mean, I understand why
the whole movie is chock full of misogyny and homophobia. So much so that it's kind of hard to watch at times in 2022.
It definitely was. When I was sitting there watching and John Witherspoon's like, "You do it, boy. What you need to do is whoop the p-." I was like, whoa. We can't say any of that, buddy. What are you doing? I mean, again, like you said, it's 1990s is a completely different time. What, you have a worse scene?
I just had all of it. Just misogyny and homophobia. The whole movie. All of it. And I did have for worst the line, "At the moment of orgasm, all the romance skeets right out of you."
I wrote that one down too, but that's just in my list of worsts. The whole thing under the worst, like I had like Tish Campbell's funnier and everything else. Martin Lawrence is gross. Chauvinistic, misogynistic, homophobia. And even like Halle Berry was like, she even said something that was homophobic that I didn't understand. Like everybody had to use a qualifier. Everybody had to say like, not that there's, I'm okay with somebody else doing that, but that ain't me. I'm not doing that. Like I don't think you need that anymore.
No. So yeah, a lot of that. I didn't have any effects. Old tech. I mean, kind of the normal amount of old tech, old TVs, old telephones. Chris Rock had a pager on his freaking mail cart.
And he used a payphone. I saw that.
Payphone. I had some 90s slang, but I think we already talked about a lot of it.
Yeah. Yeah, the next thing I have is cameos.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such nature films as Earwigs, Ooh, and Man vs. Nature, The Road to Victory.
Oh, man. Jeffrey Holder as Nelson. He is Punjab on Annie.
Nice.
And he's also the narrator on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The Grace Jones, who plays
Strange,
Dr. Stephen Strange. She is Mayday in A View to Kill, and then she was also Zula in Conan the Destroyer with Arnold. I don't know if you remember that movie, but I used to watch that movie too. The last person I have is the chick with Hammer Time in her shoes, Leela Rochon. She was Marky Mark's wife on The Big Hit. Do you remember that movie?
No.
She's been in a bunch of movies. The Big Hit was with Marky Mark and damn it had Lou Diamond Phillips in it, I think.
No, I don't remember that at all.
Dude, you would like that movie. It's cool. I mean, it's crap.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
But it's cool. But that's all.
Nice. All right, 5 questions. Is it okay for kids?
Freaking hell no.
No.
I say 16 or 17 at the earliest.
Yeah, I would say like 40.
This is way too
You gotta
sexual.
be 40 to watch this movie. Because you have to be alive during the 90s to understand why everyone was so terrible.
Right. So every year that time passes, you have to add an age to that.
It's like, hey, if you were born in 2001, you can now drink legally. It's like if you were born in 1990, you could watch this movie.
Yeah, we'll get us a nice digital sign that I can hang behind me during the podcast.
Would this movie get made if it were pitched now?
I think if it would, they could probably update it and make it funny.
You could update it. You'd have to update it a lot because all the people being shitty to each other would be hard to play. But yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to really update it.
Like, and probably if you updated it, I wouldn't understand it anymore because there'd be a bunch of like, oh, well, actually, we were ethically non-monogamous, and so then when I went and I had a dalliance with another woman because I'm bisexual, and like I just feel like it'd be one of those things where I'd be like, I don't even understand what anyone's doing anymore.
Right? Yeah, I don't want to sound like the racist people that I live near, or not racist, but just xenophobic people that I live near. But I have trouble getting pronouns correct, even if I know what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like Will told me to watch Our Flag Means Death, which is fantastic. It's got old Juicy Fingers in it. What's his name? Remind me to tell you about Juicy Fingers after this. It's got Waititi.
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi. He plays Blackbeard. It's fantastic. Yeah. There's a chick in there that's dressed up as a guy to try to stow away on the pirate ship, but the whole movie, or the whole TV show, the pronouns that they use for her is they and them. And then I looked up the actress, and that's what she prefers, or they, that's what they prefer. And it's hard for me to do that. But I don't know if it's because I'm old or I'm just not out of practice or what, but
yeah, it's just because you haven't done it before. Because our night nurse, when we first came home from the hospital with Wolf, that was their pronoun, and it took us like months to figure it out. But now it's no big deal. It took a while to like come around to that.
Right.
And like you could tell when my parents would come to visit, we'd be like, "Yeah, they're coming. They should be here at like 9:00." And my mom was just like, "Is it more than one person?
Is it multiple?
No, it's only one person."
Right.
Well, she's like, "Well, are they male or female?" I was like, "I don't know." They said they want there is their pronoun, so we don't know, and you don't ask. You just call them they, and then you move on with your life. Because honestly, who cares? Anyway,
right? Exactly. No, and I don't.
It just takes a long time to figure it out in your brain.
Right. My brain
is all.
Yeah, I got to work on that because I'm sure I'll get some students like that. I think you could definitely update it, and it would be funny. And whether it's a TV or a movie. It's a TV show now, unless it got canceled. But I think a movie would be better.
It'd be a good movie. I think it'd be a fun movie to like just a all black cast, romantic comedy. Everyone is like successful and is saying funny stuff, and they're just like not saying offensive funny stuff. They're just saying regular 2022 funny stuff.
Right. So you remake it. Who do you have another cast? I mean, I came up with a bunch, but that's because this is some of my favorite parts.
The first one I put is Tyler Perry because I feel like he's the most likely person to remake a movie like this, but I wouldn't like that because I'm not that huge a Tyler Perry fan.
Me either.
So my alternate casting is I would like Damon Wayans Jr. as Eddie Murphy.
Nice.
Him or Donald Glover would be my two top choices for like the guys that could be like funny but also kind of suave and kind of cool.
See, I put Donald Glover as the Martin Lawrence character.
Yeah, I had Anthony Anderson as the Martin Lawrence character.
Nice.
Just the kind of wacky friend who's really loud about racism and
yeah, I forgot about him. I like him. But see, isn't he getting kind of old? Isn't Damon Wayans Jr.? I don't know how old he is either. But like
Damon Wayans Jr. is in his 30s.
Oh, so that's perfect. Donald Glover too. He's in his late 30s.
Yeah, but the other people are probably a little bit old. But then the last one I had was as David Allen Grier. The third friend is William Jackson Harper, who's the guy from The Good Place.
Yeah, I know that guy. I like that dude.
Yeah, because I think he can be like kind of nerdy and deliver like dry, funny lines.
He definitely can. That was his whole shtick.
And then keeping the Catwoman theme, I had Zoe Kravitz playing the Halle Berry role.
Nice. Third Catwoman. That's a good call. I didn't do that. For Eddie Murphy, I put John David Washington because I think he's super cool, and I think he could be funny if he needed to. Robin Givens. I was trying to think of could play a strong black woman without being overly in your face. I picked Issa Rae. I don't know if you know who that is. She's really good. Yeah. For Halle Berry, I picked Tessa Thompson, the chick from Thor movies. Yeah. David Allen Grier, I picked Lakeith Stanfield. I don't know if you know who that is. He's
that guy.
Yeah, he's been in a few things. Martin Lawrence, I did Donald Glover. And then for Dr. Stephen Strange, I picked Lizzo. The singer, because I bet she could be freaking crazy.
Yeah, those will both be. I bet there probably are a bunch of really young, really funny black actors that could do a great job in this movie, but I don't know who the Eddie Murphy is who can get it made.
Right.
Like, that's the hardest part. They're just like, there's no Eddie Murphy now. I mean, it's not surprising. You could live 1,000 years and only have one Eddie Murphy, but
he's
like,
really
there's
funny,
no like,
dude.
I think Donald Glover's probably the closest to like a black creator who can get whatever he wants made, who's in the right age range.
I don't know that he's the suave Eddie Murphy character in this movie, though.
I don't think he is. And he's already like, people now don't want to make one-off romantic comedies. They want to make like 5 seasons of a TV show.
Right.
And then like make a couple records.
Yeah. Who's the fast? To me, the funny part about Eddie Murphy is he talks so fast.
That's why I put Damon Wayans Jr. because he's really funny. He's really quick. I think he could do that.
I think you're right. Can you still watch this movie and enjoy it in 2022?
It's a hard watch in 2022. I enjoyed
Yes.
it. I'm glad I watched it, but it
Yeah.
is extremely problematic.
It is super problematic. Super problematic because everybody's a jerk to each other. But
Would you let your kid watch this?
no.
Like when he's old enough?
Yeah, when he's old enough, he can watch whatever he wants.
I mean, I'm not saying when he's like 30. I mean, when he's like 16.
Yeah, if he says, hey, what's up with this movie? If he's 16, I probably want to sit in there and watch it with him. Maybe explain some
Yeah.
of the jokes.
Yeah, like Trading Places and just go like, hey, here's a bunch of stuff that people used to laugh at that we now know is really messed up.
Yeah, dude, we came up with this thing called the summer slide prevention to stop him from being stupid over the summer. So for 2 hours each week, he has to come up with something he wants to learn about. And then I either find a video on YouTube and then we talk about it or something like that. Dude, he's asked like, why are people so racist? So like we've watched videos on that and talked about it. So like he wants to know stuff. So like he would definitely enjoy watching something and then learning why it's funny or why it's like it is. He's got to wait some time for this one. This one's this one's a little too much.
It's going to be a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, where is it available? HBO Max is where you and I both watched it.
Right.
I'm sure you probably can rent it.
You can.
But yeah,
You can.
we watched it on HBO Max.
$3.99.
Thanks for listening. Please feel free to join us on Discord and talk to us about this or any other movies. Next episode, one of our most boring movies by one of Jeff's favorite directors, Robert Redford. A River Runs Through It.
Oh, Jesus. My sister is going to lose her mind when she finds out that's coming out next. She loves that movie. And I don't think I've seen the whole thing.
I've been joking all year about it being boring. It might not be boring. It might be a really good movie. I just like to make that joke.
I seriously don't think I've seen the whole thing.
All right. Awesome.
A River Runs Through It. All right. Is that the end?
Yo, Marcus, I've been working about 9 days, been on time most of the time, even when it's raining. Let's talk promotion.
Something wrong with the Twizzot.
Thanks for listening to Movie Life Crisis. Please subscribe, rate, and review, and remember, don't drive angry.